So if I have 2 and then bracket y plus 5 equals 16, what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in the 2. I'm going to distribute the 2 by multiplying it onto every term. And if you recall, a term is separated by addition and subtraction. So that 2 is going to multiply on the y, and the 2 is going to multiply on the positive 5. 2 times y is just, you betcha. And 2 times positive 5 is positive 10. And it stops, like you start multiplying it in at the beginning of the bracket, and you stop multiplying it in when the brackets close. So it just gets multiplied onto these two things, and then this whole mess is equal to 16.
How is it equal to 16?
Because that's the question.
Oh.
2 bracket y plus 5 bracket equals 16.
How do we know that?
Dude in good morning. You're supposed to head down to eat. What day is today? No, it's Wednesday. Never mind. Have a seat. Welcome here. So now we solve this thing like we've been solving things. We want to get y by itself. So to get y by itself, the first thing I have to do is what? I'm going to undo the addition by negativing what? 10. We're going to take away 10 on both sides. Because of Sam Deb. What did they ever do to you?
This.
You're just trying to be helpful. So on the left, we got 2y equals 16 minus 10 is 6.
6. I knew that.
So did Jared. So did Dakota. So did more people who kept their mouths shut. Not that, they had to. If you could all yell it out in unison, that'd be awesome. And now I've got 2y. 2y means it's 2 times y. So now I'm going to divide. I'm going to divide by what we're multiplying by. And I have to do that to both sides. Y equals 3. And it all started with this new skill. All we've added is this one little new skill here at the beginning, multiplying that sucker in. Let's move on to another one, shall we? Or, unless you got questions. Stop me at any point if you're confused about why I did something or how something happened, or questions, comments, concerns. Okay? Doesn't matter where things are. Could be on the left side like the first one was. Could be on the right-hand side like the second one was. If you see a set of brackets and a number out front, you have to distribute. So this guy, we're going to multiply in there. And in there. Sorry? No? Okay. So that negative 9 equals doesn't change. Nothing happens on this side. We work left to right, and we're going to start distributing on after the equal sign when we hit that 3 and that bracket there. 3 times 2 is 6. And then 3 times negative y is negative 3y. Good. And the symbol needs to go there because it tells us what we're going to do mathematically moving forward. So, I want to get y by itself. And according to Sam Deb, I need to deal with any addition and subtraction now at this stage. So I want to get rid of that 6. The 6 is positive. So we're going to take away 6. And we're going to take away 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. What is now the tricky one? Negative 9 minus 6.
Negative 15?
Yes, it is negative 15. Let's not put your phone away. This is your one warning. Unless it's, you've got a good reason to be on there. And then 6 minus 6 is 0. The mistake I see students make all the time at this stage is that they drop this minus sign right here. Because this minus sign is on the 3y, it has to stay even though the 6 is gone. So we're going to get the negative 3y here. And now I want to get y by itself. How are the negative 3 and the y attached? They're multiplied. So to undo the multiplication, we divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is gone. We are left with y on that right-hand side. And then negative 15 divided by negative 3, positive 5, you betcha. And we're done. There's baby steps. Stuff you've done before. We're just putting it together piece by piece. Good morning, Farraga. How are you? Okay, I'm going to do 2 more examples, and then I'm going to set you to the wolves. It looks like it's getting worse, but it's really not. we will do the like terms after we distribute. The distribution always has to happen first. We want to get rid of all the brackets before we can gather like terms. So, and remember, when we're distributing, Harsh, put your phone away, we are multiplying, oh, you're playing with the bracelet, can never mind. Multiplying onto just the brackets. So this is going to end when that bracket closes. So the 5 just gets multiplied in there and there. That's it. Just onto the 2n and the negative 3. 5 times 2n is? 10n, good. And then 5 times negative 3? Negative 15. And it stops there. The brackets stop the multiplication. And now we just have the plus 6 hanging out there for fun. And on the right-hand side, where it's going to equal 35 minus 3n. The parts we haven't worked with yet just come down and become part of our work. And now, Ethan, your favorite part, grouping like terms. Nope. No, there's no BEDMAS. There's no BEDMAS until we do a check.
How about SAMDEB?
SAMDEB we do all the time. SAMDEB is what's happening now. BEDMAS we only do for the check. So, what are my like terms in this thing? Ooh. Okay, so 2 things have been suggested. The negative 15 and positive 6 has been suggested. The other thing that was suggested was the 10n and the negative 3n. One of those is correct, the other one is wrong. And unfortunately, I already circled one of them, so you know which one's correct. Ethan, the reason why 10n and negative 3n aren't considered like terms is because you've got an equal sign between them. When you're collecting like terms, you can only work on one side of the equal sign, and the other side of the equal sign, we don't go across. If you want to go across the equal sign, we got a SAMDEB, which we're going to in a sec. I know you do, but that's okay. So Dakota's right. These are the like terms here. 10n is just 10n, nothing like it, so it just comes along. And now I've got negative 15 plus 6. You betcha. We're at negative 15. We're going up 6, so we're getting less negative. Negative 9 equals, and then the other side just stays the same. Now we got to cross the equal sign. We're going to SAMDEB. Does it make more sense to bring my ends to the left or to the right? If I bring them, look at what's happening here. You kind of have to look into the future a little bit. If I'm bringing them to the right, I'm going to have to move this 10n over. It's positive, so I would subtract it. This would get more negative if I'm taking away 10. So I don't want to bring things to the right. I want to bring things left. Because on the right-hand side, I've got this negative 3n here. I would add it over, making this number more positive. So you kind of have to look and see what's coming. And that's the way we're going to approach this thing. All of these, the n's are going to move left. So to do that, we're going to add 3n. (10n plus 3n), 13n. You got 13n minus 9 equals negative 35. And now the next thing we have to get rid of? Yeah, we want to get rid of the negative 9. What do we want to do to get rid of the negative 9? Yeah, we're going to add 9. So we're going to get 13n equals, what is negative 35 plus 9? It's going to be negative. And Dakota, you said? It is, in fact, negative 26. The adding the 9's case, so for whatever reason, I don't know why this is, I want you to be aware of it because I've given you tools. I've given you number lines. I've given you multiplication tables. When you have a negative value and you add 9 or 11, the 9's and the 11's, for whatever reason, screw students up all the time. You're given the tools. Feel free to check the math with the tools. Negative 35 plus 9 is, in fact, negative 26. So now I've got 13n, which is 13 times n. To undo the timesing of the 13, I divide. 13's cancel, and we're going to get n equals -2. You betcha. Garrett, good morning, sir. Okay, last example. Again, it looks like it's getting gross, but it's not. It just continues. Okay. Last one. I've got a 4, a set of brackets, a minus, a set of brackets equals m minus 1. So the skills that we've been looking at, nothing changes. When I have a number outside of a set of brackets, we're going to multiply this number in. It's only going to get multiplied onto the set of brackets that it's next to. So the 4 multiplies there, and you stop. Because the bracket has closed. So 4 times m is 4m, and 4 times -2 is -8. And now we have a second set of brackets with a minus sign out front. So I'm going to bring that minus sign onto each one. We're going to distribute that in. Negative times m is just going to be -m. And then negative times +3 is going to become -3. And that's going to equal m minus 1. And now, Ethan, your favorite part. We're going to collect those like terms. So 4m minus m is going to give us 3m. And those are the like terms on the left-hand side because, again, you can't go across the equal sign. Garrett's now here. Garrett, do you see any other like terms in this problem? And? You betcha. 11. So -8 minus 3 is going to be -11. And that's going to equal m minus 1, because I haven't done anything with the other side. So now, we want to bring everything over. Do I want to bring things left or right?
Right. Left.
It is in fact left.
I knew that.
It's left because this 3m is positive. I've only got 1m over here. And if I bring this guy over to this side, I'm going to have to subtract it over. It's going to give us a positive m's over here. So we're going to take away m. We're going to take away m. M minus m cancels. On the right-hand side, we just have -1. And you betcha, I'm going to have 2m minus 11 equals -1. My next step. We're going to add 11, you betcha. It's going to become 2m equals -1 plus 11. 10. And now to get m by itself, we're going to divide by 2, and m is going to equal 10 over 2 is 5. Again, all we're doing is adding one new skill to skills that you guys have spent a bunch of time practicing. I hope. Fingers crossed. Okay. There it is. I'm done. So you got 40 minutes. Here's what I want you to play with. We're going to flip the page. Oh, yeah.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
No way.
There's all sorts of practice here. I got to make sure I assign the right practice. So, I would like you guys to do the following. Questions 1 to 16 odds. And that's it. Oh, sorry, on this page here. There it is. On your market set go, may the force be with y'all.